These are NBA trick shot moments from level 1 to level 100. And at level 1, Danilo Gallinari teaches Italians how to fly.
It's at 3-on-1. Big play here. Gallo. Throw it out. The shot of the century. Gallinari. Decoration.
Now that's hype, but as the levels get higher, the trick shots are gonna get better. Cause at level 5, Nick Young made a shot so impressive, he even convinced Iggy Azalea to date him.
Before Dallas came back, Nick Young with a nice move. Reverse layup is in! Spectacular play by Nick Young.
Swaggy P got the trick shots and the ladies. Bro's making me jealous, but not as jealous as I am of DeMar DeRozan. As rapper Kyle once said in I Spy, I'm like DeRozan, if I shoot it, it goes in.
Now here comes Derek White. DeRozan, oh, look at that! A pirouette! What did we just see? What a play by DeRozan!
Look like Baryshnikov.
Wow! That'll bring you out of your seat.
However, DeRozan isn't the only one greening all of his shots.
That's been a successful formula for the Nuggets, having Millsap post up. Shot clock down to 2, up and over the backboard. Okay. Wow. What a way to get the scoring started for the Nuggets.
Jamal Murray, how do you do? Hum diddly dee. But while level 15 has me going nuts, level 20 has me at a loss for word. For as long as I can remember, the NBA world has been hating on Chris Paul. He's too short, he'll never win a championship, he plays dirty, the list goes on and on. Yet Chris Paul ain't about to let those haters get in his way. Ain't that right, CP3?
Montrezl Harrell.
Oh, it's good! Chris Paul threw it up.
Hey, somebody call the Washington Commanders. I heard they need a new quarterback. But if we're talking football, then allow me to introduce you to the Patrick Mahomes of the NBA.
See why Utah's been the best team in the NBA since the All-Star break. Steph Curry! Trip, flip, and bucket.
That's for a player who just knows where the basket is all the time.
Look at Curry, man. So inspirational. However, what about the night Steph goes ice cold? Who's gonna bring the heat? How about Devin Booker?
Another screen by Baines. And somehow Booker taps it in. Rubio scooped it over to Devin, and somehow he punched it in.
Yo, somebody called the equipment manager. My G just mistook a basketball for butter. Although that's not a problem for Westbrook. My man eats butter for breakfast.
Whose dad also played for the Blazers. Prior to that, the Timberwolves. Westbrook lost it, got it back, and finished as only Russ can. Looks like he lost the ball while being fouled.
Yeah.
And still finished.
Bro makes one mistake and the basketball still reaches its destination? Shout out to Google Maps for helping a brother out. Which reminds me of a day I'll never forget. February 23rd, 2015. Cause 8 years ago, I was enjoying my vacation in Miami, Florida, during which I was watching a sparring match between the Heat and the 76ers. Or at least I was until I realized I made a colossal mistake. My flight was boarding in 2 hours. This left me with only enough time to watch one more play.
Mute taking on all comers. Can the Sixers get a shot off? Cannon! Oh! What a play by Cannon! First of all, just to have his head in the game and realize I gotta get it up, and he did so.
Isaiah Cannon, you always leave me satisfied. That said, when I returned from my flight, I got a text from CP3 claiming his trick shot was even better. I'll let you be the judge.
For dunks tonight. Chris Paul drives into the defense, draws the foul, +1.
However, do you know who I'm jealous of? Paul Millsap.
In the lane, throws up a wild shot and banks it in. You have got to be kidding me.
You know what that is?
Sheesh, my man's body got overtaken by robots, and he still scored a bucket. Speaking of which, I'm starting to think the entire NBA is full of robots. Because now that we've reached level 50, I'm not even sure these trick shots are even humanly possible. I mean, did you see what John Wall did in 2017? It's so absurd, it even had NBA players tripping.
Oh, what a shot by Wall! Falling to the floor with English, a circus shot by John Wall.
Trying to keep Rubio on his backside.
On the other hand, you'll be the one tripping if you don't find this next trick shot impressive.
Houston made one of the largest jumps in this stretch going down. You see the shot. circus shot right there by Ingram, but
Okay, Brandon Ingram, I see you. Just like Luka Doncic is always catching my attention. 'Cause 1 second he's dropping 60 points and scoring game winners, the next he's doing this.
They switch him off. Here's a small guy right here.
Fourth time down.
The Luka Magic is back. Tossed in the circus shot on the attempt over Corey Joseph, which will count.
All right, Luka, you gotta chill, bro. You straight up embarrassing these fools. Although, tell that to LeBron, because my man knows no such thing as the word chill.
What a shaking and baking there by Kevin Porter.
Now LeBron with time winding down. Will throw it up and in.
That's going to count.
Throw it up and in.
Oh, they're saying no shot. Are you serious?
Well, LeBron is going to take the ball. Hannah been in this league how many years?
That's continuation. He never dribbles after the whistle. Wow.
I mean, he immediately went into the spin at the contact and then never came down.
One call doesn't go his way, and bro starts crying to his mama. Someone get this dude a pacifier. But now that we've silenced King James, he can't stop whining and continue to light the NBA world on fire.
Wrestling each other. Now Smart switches off. Morris looking to come down. Instead, James picks up his dribble. Shot clock winding down. James falling away. A three. Oh, it's good. LeBron James, 19 points already. And that's his fourth three-pointer.
Lesson learned. Not even the 2022 Defensive Player of the Year can guard LBJ. That said, at least he doesn't have to guard Jaylen Brown.
In the field, 15 points now. Brown.
How about the body control on that one?
Bro slowed down time, and there's nothing the Atlanta Hawks can do about it. On the other hand, imagine you're so good, you don't even have to watch the ball go in. Don't get me wrong, I've seen legends like Steph Curry hit turnaround jumpers. But compared to Mo Peterson, that's nothing. Because almost 20 years ago, Peterson was facing the Raptors, when suddenly, bro decided to subscribe to the channel. Well, that, and he also had a wardrobe malfunction.
Matt Bynum has played very well for the Raptors coming off the bench this afternoon. Peterson flies in. Counter foul. Well, that headband took a little dip under the chin, but he'll gladly put it back on the old, where is it? So
there's Game 6 Clay, Black Mask LeBron, and now blindfolded Peterson. Now, it's hard to beat a blindfolded shot, but you know what they say, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. However, there's one thing blind squirrels can't do, this.
Sellinger takes the jumper. Nothing doing there.
Well,
Avery Bradley's in the right spot.
is he hot or what?
Man, 2013 Avery Bradley was built different. However, Michael Jordan is actually different. And against the bad boy Pistons from the 1980s, you kinda have to be. Between Bill Laimbeer, Isaiah Thomas, and Dennis Rodman, this was every player's worst nightmare. And they did whatever it took to break you, regardless of who you were. However, when it came down to MJ, they went above and beyond to get him rattled. They literally came up with a game plan called the Jordan rules. In other words, whenever Jordan touched the ball, their plan was to body him up and get rough with him. But even with these rules in place, Jordan still found a way to be great.
Detroit will calm you down. They'll work their plays. Steal. He kept it in bounds. Here it is again.
Alternatively, Robin Lopez may not be Jesus or even the better brother in his family. That doesn't mean he can't audition for the circus.
Abdia takes the handoff, trying to find Lopez. Good.
My man took a page out of Steph Curry's book there, although he's not the only center turning heads, because who can't forget the Miami Heat's magical run to the 2020 NBA Finals? Something that wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for Bam Adebayo going absolutely berserk.
The Heat had led by 10. Indiana scratching and clawing to hang around. Adebayo flipping it up and in!
No, stop it.
That's 6'9". How does he do that?
Athletically, that's how he got that done. I mean, it was good defense that time, off balance, but the awareness.
At 6'9", 255 pounds, bro is even more nimble than Jack and Jill. Speaking of which, this next shot by Darren Collison, it's nothing short of a fairy tale.
Marion, Carter lost the ball. Sean's got it. Collison at the buzzer. Good! But was he above the arc? Counted he was. It was a three, and we should be tied.
So much for OKC's happy ending, but believe it or not, OKC isn't alone. In fact, Stephen Curry can relate. Not only because he blew a 3-1 lead in the 2016 NBA Finals, but also because he made one of the greatest trick shots in NBA history. And it didn't even count.
In minutes per game.
It's incredible.
Curry gets back, the shot, but it came before the attempt. A lot of Curry fans in attendance.
Turns out there's a way to stop the babyface assassin after all. The referees. Although, in case the referees try to stop Chef Curry from cooking, it allowed me to introduce you to Curry's long-lost relative, Daniel House Jr.
Tucker back out there. Gordon gets it back, turns a corner. House. Oh, no way! No way! You've got to be kidding me!
That can't be real. Are we watching a video game?
A 3-point shot while falling backwards out of bounds? Dude's out there cooking a whole 5-course meal. But for Level 96, we have something that's even more special than a 5-course meal. The time Jay-Z and Beyonce witnessed LeBron do the unthinkable. Because with the Nets with their backs against the wall against the Cavaliers, LBJ went out his way to put on a show for the famous couple, making a fool out of the Brooklyn Nets in the process.
LeBron sends it. Oh, are you kidding me? Seriously? Are you kidding me? Well, 91-71. Looks like the Duchess likes that one.
Bro's out here playing 2K in rookie mode. Although there's one shot you couldn't even make in your dreams, let alone in rookie mode.
Up the numbers. That's what he does. He fills up the stat sheet. It'll down if it goes. Yes! Hello! Spectacular play!
If one thing's for sure, Lamar Odom isn't afraid to take his shot. Just ask Khloe Kardashian. However, now that we're entering the final 3 levels, things are about to go from hard mode to expert mode. And there's no one I'd rather face expert mode with than the greatest shooter in NBA history.
We're everywhere. And if I asked you how many years he played in Kentucky, 1, much to your chagrin, that was it. How did Steph make that? He changed his mind. How did he make that? He changed his mind in midair. He was going to pass that out. He is not human. Look at him. He's surprised himself. You know you're doing something if you're Steph and you're surprised.
Now that's a great start, but it's going to take more than that to get past the boss level. We're also going to take a quick trip down memory lane, back on the days of prime Paul George. Because in 2016, the Pacers' back was against the wall, down 5 with a minute left against the Hawks. That was until Paul George chose insanity.
Loose ball, and they get another possession. He threw up a... Oh! I can't believe it went in! Paul George, and he was looking for the foul. I want to tell you, that was spectacular.
How PG-13 gonna fall backwards on his bum and still find the bottom of the net? Bro clearly knows something I don't. On the other hand, there's one thing I know that you don't: the level 100 trick shot. However, I couldn't just choose one trick shot. I had to choose 2. See, back in 2021, Oklahoma Thunder and the New Orleans Pelicans were fighting tooth and nail. That said, with 5 seconds left, the Pelicans led by 3, and OKC needed a miracle. So lo and behold, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander put up a heave and prayed for the best.
And the play. Is he going to get there? Got to foul him. And they do. He got it. He fouled him. Garrett Temple tried to foul him. 1.4.
There was one problem. The game was still tied, and there was time remaining on the clock.
And give Shai Gilgeous-Alexander credit as Devontae sends it. Gets it! The game winner!
Oh, wow!
Devontae Graham stuns it in Oklahoma City.
Just how you drew it up.
After the Pels were shocked by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Incredible!
My man is a menace, and he's not alone. The same goes for Jordan Poole, because the second a baddie enters the arena, my man starts playing like there's no tomorrow. Which reminds me, he's not the only one. So if that interests you, click the video on the screen to learn what happens when NBA players see baddies. And if you don't, rumor has it, you'll never meet your childhood crush.